All right, hello, we are live. Okay, this is just gonna be a freelancer check-in. All right, so we're gonna just talk about what we've got going on today. What are you working on? I'm gonna be sharing what I'm working on. Let me just get this set up. I'm learning more as we go here. I don't know why this says I'm not live. Okay, anyway, so we're doing a freelancer check-in. Let's keep ourselves accountable, hold each other accountable. What we got working on today? What are we doing? I've already done a few things this morning. I don't understand how this all works. Let me try this.
And she said, like when I...
Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna just chat about what I'm doing today, and I probably should have put another light on, but you know, whatever. And let's see, where is my profile? Okay. All right, shows I'm live. What's the problem? What's the problem? I don't know. I don't understand it. Let me pull this up here. Okay. You can see. There we go. Okay, I'm in my own live. That's kind of cool. Okay, so today, freelancer check-in. What are you working on? What do you got going on today? You work from home, you do odd jobs, you have all the different side hustles. What are you working on? So let me see. Okay, we're gonna, oh my gosh. I try and be organized, I swear. I'm just trying to learn all the different features in here and apply it. So that's part of my daily goal, is like learn something new here in the TikTok Live universe, because boy, is there a lot going on. So the what I'm working on today for some clients is I have a website like refresh that I'm doing. So I do build websites for small businesses, content creators, artists, makers, these types of folks, and I use Squarespace, Shopify, or Card, depending on what they need or where they're at. And there might be a few other tools that I might try, but those are the main ones that I use and I recommend for people. So I'm doing a refresh on a Squarespace website today. The homepage, I've already kind of got it where I want it to be, so I'm just going to do like a final look through and send that to the client to check it out. Let me know what they think of it. Let me know any changes they want to add. So that's task one. And then I have my own e-commerce shop that I started up in 2020, like as a Etsy shop and stuff, when I was like just sitting at home and I didn't know what to do with myself. And I'm very entrepreneurial, and I had a business I was running at the time, and you know, that kind of put on pause. So I was like, well, I need to have an online business too that will that no one can take away from me, right? So I during that time I started a e-commerce shop on Etsy, and then I'm also savvy enough to know that if you do that, you want to make sure you have a website as well. So I've had that, both of those since then. So now like 5 years, right? Like crazy. And they did very well. Like the first year, amazing, you know, and with Etsy, it's very weird. They don't do anything at all to bolster your business year over year. There's like nothing. It's actually probably better to close your shop and open a new one every year, because there's no incentive whatsoever to keep your shop going year over year. They do nothing for you there regarding that. The only boost you get is as a new shop, and then maybe like the first 6 months of a new shop, they give you a little boost. So it's actually like, so anyway, I'm just ranting about Etsy now, but So there's a popular item that I sell, and it's in my Etsy shop, and I never have listed it on my actual website because it's a little bit of a complicated product, and I just didn't want to deal with a complex product, not through a third party, because with a third party, there's at least this messages system and people exchange, and it's clear what's happening. And no, like the thing is with your own website, like people can do chargebacks or whatever. And so you have to deal with that. But with a third party like Etsy, they're the ones dealing with that. And I don't have to deal with that. So with like a complex product that's very expensive, I was like, I don't know if I want to even have that on my own website. But I've kind of come to the conclusion today. I've had that item listed for 4 years now, maybe a little longer on Etsy, and it's still one of my most popular items. So I think I should put that on my website, and we'll just see how it goes. It may help boost the sales of that product, because with Etsy and the fees and everything, and because it's an expensive item, like I can only, I have to list it for so much money and to cover those fees, because it's all like a percentage, right, of the product price. So like when stuff's a percentage, the more expensive the item is, like the way more I have to charge for it just to hit my bottom line minimum profit per sale, that I can like say, okay, I will sell this, So it's kind of a weird thing. I get it. Percentages are always how sales have been done, but for me, it doesn't make sense when it comes to these transaction fees. There should be either a cap on that fee or just a fee per sale, over a certain amount, something like that, because it's just brutal. So I have to charge these ridiculous prices for this item. People still buy it. So I'm thinking if I can compete with myself on my own website and make the sales on my website and be more profitable, then that might be a good thing to try. So that's one of my goals. Is so I have someone else's website I'm doing some work on today, and then I have my own websites which I'm working on today. So anyone who's in here that's popped in and is a freelancer, work from home, what are you working on today? You want to be held accountable? I do these lives not daily, but every day, every other day, sprinkled in, and I can help keep you accountable if you want that. And if you want to share what you're working on in the chat today, what your plan is, and I can check in with you next time I see you, right? And see, hey, did you do that? My other task is something I already did, which I'm very effective very early in the morning here. So usually right when I wake up, I'm like, oh shoot, I got to do this, and then I kind of get my coffee, get rolling, and then I jump right into like whatever the most important task of the day is, or whatever I have to get done early. And that was, I have a social media presence on X, and over there we organize a group of communities over there. So me and a few other people who have communities over there, we organize a special event that happens every other Friday. So this is happening tomorrow, and I had to get a nice post up with all the details of the event and all the people that are participating, and to invite people and all that stuff. So I did that this morning. I use Sora to create images and posters. So if you're like wondering how to make cool images and posters, I really recommend Sora, and it's so good. You just can create a prompt with whatever text you want in it, whatever style, vibe, ideas of what you want in the imagery, or you can give it an abstract idea, and it does a pretty good job at like kind of coming up with something creative. And it'll make a poster usually in one shot. It does take a little bit of time, like it thinks for a while, depending on how many people are using it. But that's my little thing for making posters. And the ones I made are pretty cool. If you want to see examples of my posters, I have those on my profile. I pinned a post I made here on TikTok that's sharing some of the posters I made with Sora, and those ones are kind of like tongue-in-cheek funny about social media, and being on social media, and being a content creator, or so that's kind of fun. So thanks everyone for popping in. This is just a little freelancer check-in. If you work from home, you just do odd jobs, side hustles, all that kind of thing. What are you working on today? What do you got going on? I'm doing some website stuff. I did already the prep for that creator event on X. So, and then if anyone's on X, look me up there. My name, just look up my name. You'll find me. Same picture and everything. So I'm pretty easy to find. I'm very active over there, and I do a lot of like stuff in communities and host a lot of spaces over there. And I'm just kind of branching out on TikTok here because I had an opportunity, and I talked about that yesterday in my live, the idea of opportunities and when to notice them and when to take them and stuff like that. So you can check that out. I don't know. Live recordings, a thing on here. I think I have to repost them. So, I know what I do with those. Gosh, I have so many things going on. So my TikTok lives, I do download the recordings and I post them on my YouTube. So that's where those all end up. And again, I'm easy to find, so you can check it out. And, anyone that wants to throw a like this way, I do appreciate it. Giving a like to the video, it does help, and it's much appreciated. So, so that's the freelancer check-in today. I don't really have much else going on. I have like today, I'm like living day by day. I don't know, if you're a freelancer, do you think this way? Like living day by day in the moment? Like I try not to think too much about tomorrow because unless there's like a project that I'm like, okay, I'm on a time schedule and I got to get this done, I'm not necessarily thinking about tomorrow. I'm like, what do I have to get done today? And I'll worry about tomorrow the next day when I wake up in the morning. And I have my notebook, I write down notes, but I've also got a calendar going, which maybe I'll share that, how I made my calendar in a live sometime. Is anyone interested in that? Organizing a calendar. So if you're a freelancer, or you, excuse me, let me take a sip. So if you're a freelancer or you work from home or you have a bunch of side hustles and stuff, organizing your time is a hack, right? It's very important. So I've been just kind of like rolling with it for a while now, actually a few years. And I used to be very good. Like when I first left my job and was like, okay, I'm going out on my own, I was very good with my time and staying organized and like being on a schedule just mentally, because I had that kind of residual from my job I did where I had a lot of responsibilities and a lot of moving parts. So I was like in that mindset for quite a while. But over the years, boy, does that fade? Does that fade a little bit over time? So recently I'm like, boy, I'm just like really bad at this now. Like I'm actually horrible at keeping a schedule and making sure I get things done on time. I've been like a procrastinator, like on a whole new level. Like I've always been a little bit of a procrastinator, but I've hit a whole new level with that. So if anyone can relate to that, throw me a like on the stream, because that is real. That is real. So maybe I'll share what I'm doing with scheduling, because this has really helped me a lot. And I've just started this week. Like this is only my first week really buckling down and doing a schedule. And it's like I have a Google Calendar going, and it looks like one of those psychos that you see on Pinterest with their like, this is my Google Calendar schedule for every day and how I plan out my day and all this stuff. And you're just like, oh my God, get away from me. Like, who is that person? I'm not doing that. And of course I've done it. But I didn't follow any system. Systems are great, but I didn't follow one. Like I kind of go at my own lifestyle. Like I want it to fit for me. I like tips and tricks, but I don't want someone like being the boss of me. Okay. Essentially. I mean, I think a lot of freelancers can probably relate to that. or people who just have a bunch of side hustles or whatever. So what did I do? I chatted with ChatGPT. Chatted with ChatGPT to work out my schedule. You know, like, okay, so why did I do that? Because ChatGPT knows me so well. I don't know, guys. I've been using ChatGPT now for a couple of years. Like, it knows me pretty well, and the new features that have been added on recently with memory, it's crazy. It can be your personal assistant if you've been using it. And that's the unfortunate thing for people who haven't been using it. Now it doesn't really know you. But I've been using it for work. I've been using it for my own personal things. I've been using it for helping me with like creating posts and content and stuff for years now. So now with ChatGPT, and I pay the $20 a month because I do get that value out of it. I didn't subscribe for a long time because I didn't get necessarily that value out of it. But recently it's been great. The past few months it's been really great. I'm getting my $20 a month worth out of it. Like, if I had to pay an assistant to do the stuff that I'm asking it to do, I would be, living on the street, to be honest. So the thing I'm using it for is I'm like, hey, you know me. What do I do? Because I was like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? I know what I do day to day. And like I said earlier, it's like I live today. I'm living today. As a freelancer, I'm living today. What do I got to do today? I'm not worried about tomorrow. What's coming up that has to get done today? And, and then I can kind of look at what's coming up next. Can I get started on that today if I have more time, right? So, what's this thing? What's this purple button do? Let's see. Let's start it. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Like, I think I'm dropping some good tips here, commiserating with other freelancers out here. I don't know how people host lives. I just do my own thing. I'm not following any rule book. I'm just checking out what TikTok says to do, and I do it. So I got to go for 15 minutes now. We'll see what happens. And I wanted to say hi to everyone who's popping in and joining. This is Freelancer Check-In. What are you guys working on? Drop something in the chat. What do you got going on today? What do you want to be held accountable for? If you want me to hold you accountable for something, you can put it in the chat, and I will do that next time I see you, because I can typically remember names if someone chats, but if you're just popping in and not saying hi in the chat, there's not much I can do to remember you, honestly. I would love to remember all of you. I would love to become friends with a lot of people on here and build a community. I have a subscriber live community that I'm growing here, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope some people will say hi in the chat and let me know what's going on, what you're working on today. So back to my calendar. So I worked with ChatGPT to figure out like what the heck I do, because I'm living in that moment every day. And with that, it was very helpful. It was very helpful to understand what it is I do for people. And I manage websites, basically, is the summary of it. Like, I manage websites for people. I do updates. I add to their content. I boost their SEO, their search rankings. And, with AI now, AI search being a thing, I do a lot of that, like helping people be found in AI. Like, if you search for something or someone asks a question and AI is like your website gonna be the reference that it references, because guess what? It references websites. It's not referencing your Instagram post, it's referencing websites. So if you have a small business or you are a freelancer or whatever you do, you got to have a website with what you do on it, or else AI is never going to find you, and you're pretty much going to not exist online. Like, you can think like, oh, I've got a big following on social media, everyone knows me. If you can't be found by AI in the near future, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. So you got to have some public public content out there, and that's called a website. And that's just how it is. It's going to always be that way because a lot of content is not crawled by Google. Videos are, right? And they'll show up in the little video feed, and maybe AI will be able to find that eventually, but that's a lot of work for AI. And I am kind of veering off course here, but being able to search a video is a lot of work for AI. So think about like how many queries they get. Are they gonna go into a video to see if they can answer the query? No, they're just gonna find text. They're gonna find text first. It's the fastest way to get a response, the cheapest way to get a response, right? Get the answer that the person wants. So you gotta have that. It's a website. It's still a website. It's always been a website. It will forever be a website. And so if you're just posting on social, and I tell this to all my clients that I work with, if you're just posting on social, that's great, but you're only reaching that audience and you can never reach beyond that. You can only reach the audience that's on that social media platform. And I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people that aren't on social media every day, and those people are usually busy because they're busy making money, so they have money to spend. So this is the reality of the world, right? People who want the fastest answers and are looking for something are not on social media all day in general. A lot of people are not. So if you are trying to sell, I don't know, social media isn't really the place to do it. It's your website. And so that's what I kind of explain to clients about that. And let's see. So that's what I was chatting with ChatGPT about. Like, what do I do? Oh yeah, I manage websites for people and boost their online presence that way so they're found. And with that, I'm going to, then I chatted with ChatGPT and I was like, okay, how can I make a schedule that fits into my lifestyle? And I explained what I do pretty much in general every day, the things I do intermittently, not every day, like occasionally every other day, once a week, whatever, once every couple weeks. Personal tasks, things that I have to take care of, my goals. Like my goal is like, okay, I want to have like an hour a day where I go for a walk or a bike ride or something. So I get some physical activity, so I wanted to incorporate that. I want to incorporate, my lunch time, my lives, times for doing these lives, times for doing deep work, times for doing my own, managing my own websites and businesses and focusing on that and my video content. And then Ashley's in here. Good to see you, Ashley. Freelancer Check-In. I'm just kind of going over how I am building my schedule out using ChatGPT. It's pretty amazing. So I was just chatting with it, and it knows me pretty well because I've been using it for a long time. Chatting with it, letting it know what I needed, and I said I probably need to do a 2-week schedule rotation in general because I have so much stuff that I do kind of just like once a week or once every other week. So I was like, okay, I'll do a 2-week rotating schedule. Let's come up with a schedule. And it did a really good job right out of the gate. I think I used O3 for this, and I asked it to look at all our chats and understand what I need and all that stuff. So it came up with a pretty good schedule. And then looking at it, I kind of go through it and I'm like, well, this doesn't make sense. It didn't give me time to like eat, or it didn't give me enough breaks, or, actually I don't wake up, I wake up at like around 8, and I like that hour or so to just chill, have some coffee. Like I was like, I don't want to have anything to do before 9. And then even at 9, I want it to be kind of a slow roll into the day. I like to check my emails, see what's going on, survey the land, create my list in my notebook of tasks I gotta that are like the most important to take care of. Any fires that came in overnight from clients that I gotta put out, that kind of stuff. And so we worked with it a little bit more, and it made a really good schedule. It came up with something that's actually doable for me. It was very exciting, and I started it Sunday, and I did the psycho thing that you see the ladies on Pinterest do, where they create their calendar, and it's all color coded, and this is, you know, in purple, and this has the little the flower icon that means this. And so I did a little bit of that. And put it all in my calendar on Google. It took a little bit of a minute to do that. Like, I think that, you know, taking half an hour to set that up is probably the most valuable time I spent in the last month, because I know myself. Come on, we know ourselves, right? We know if we work better with a schedule, like somewhere to be, like needing to get something done. And just those gentle reminders, like, okay, if you can work on this now. And I do like variety throughout my day. And it's flexible, right? It's not locked in. Like, if I'm not done with this and I have to move on to the next thing. It's not like that. There's plenty of space and breathing room in the schedule. I made sure of that. And then also that, you know, I can, with it in the Google Calendar, I can kind of move things around. If I didn't finish this, I can move it to later in the day. If I can't do this today, oh well, I'll just move it to tomorrow. You know, with the Google Calendar, it's very easy to do that kind of stuff on, especially on the desktop screen. You can kind of like drag things around and move stuff. So I've been doing a little bit of that. And then if something comes up, like I have Christopher's coming to visit me soon, who's my boyfriend, and so when he's coming to visit, that's going to kind of probably interrupt the schedule a little bit, and I'll have to make adjustments for that time. So it's like, once I have the bones of it set up, I can kind of adapt it from there, day to day, week to week, without changing everything. And I can also, if I'm noticing, like, as the days go on and the week progresses and stuff, I'm like, this isn't really working for me. Like, I have the TikTok lives scheduled in there. I have them scheduled for here from like 11 to noon. And so I do a little bit of prep before, and then I kind of go live at 11:30. But I'm wondering, I'm like, is going live later in the evening a better idea? It might work better. It might be more relaxed vibe, but I don't know. So I'm just kind of experimenting with this, because this is still also new. And, you know, like, I'll see how it goes. And yeah, thanks for the like. I haven't been looking at the screen much. I'm sorry. You know, someone threw a like, so I appreciate that very much. And so the scheduling thing, I really enjoyed it. Setting it up was kind of a slog, right? You just have to like buckle down and do it. But it's set up now, and I can make adjustments that take just a few seconds if I don't think something's working. And it keeps me on task. And it looks a little intimidating, right? It looks a little overwhelming. But I definitely mentally work better with a schedule. I definitely am more effective and efficient with my time. And I'll tell you this is the best part. At the end of the day, I kind of like, I always had that feeling like, oh, I didn't get anything done, because there's always more to do tomorrow, right? When you're a freelancer or working from home, or you have side hustles, or you just have like a lot of stuff in your life, you get to the end of the day and you're like, geez, I didn't even do anything. And I've always been thinking that way for a while. But now with this, I can just pull up the calendar and then look, and I can actually see what I did. Because if I didn't do it, I either move it to the next day or delete it, opt out of it for this week or whatever. But usually I just try and move stuff and find the empty time. And then I can actually see visually what I did today. And so that triggers something, seeing it, right? And then being like, oh yeah, I did do that. Feel like I did accomplish something, and I accomplished more. And it so at the end of the day, it's a pretty good feeling, and I enjoy that a lot. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. If anyone wants to be held accountable, feel free to let me drop in the chat what you're working on that you want to be held accountable for, and I'll do that for you next time I see you. That could be a way to maybe use this freelancer type of check-in. So I'm just going to go for a couple more minutes, and I'm just going to kind of wrap it up here. But I have a few tasks that I've got to take care of today, and we've got a lot of exciting things happening this weekend. So tomorrow on X, as a content creator crawl over there where we're going to be hosting a lot of spaces and communities. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you do have an X account and you're trying to like build a network there, I have a pretty good network over there, and you're welcome to just jump right in and become a part of it. Like, that's how easy it is. There's no problem with that. As long as you're a real person and you have something to say, or you have interests that you want to talk about, a very welcoming communities over there, and you're welcome to just trot yourself right on there like a barnacle and become part of the community. So easy to find. Just find my name, search my name on X, create an account over there if you haven't yet, and come say hi in some of my things I do over there. It's a lot of fun, and a lot of the stuff is just through their spaces, which is just voice. So no pressure to be on camera or anything else. You just come in, join the conversation like a live call. It's really cool, like a live podcast, I call it. It's more like the vibe. And you can be part of the conversation. So anyone who's interested in dabbling over there on X, and you can have all your political thoughts, whatever, that's up to you. That doesn't even come up at all for me over there. We talk about like content creator issues, things that we want to see for features. We talk a lot about that, and then also just meeting other cool people. It's like a fantastic place to network. And I'm hoping here can grow into that too. It would be amazing to have this platform here with these live streams and the communities that I can build here on TikTok, be an extension of that, a part of that, so we can find each other on both platforms. I've already see a lot of friendly faces that I know from X that come here too and hang out. So I absolutely love that. And I'm hoping that I can maybe convince some of you watching here to come join us over on X and be active and participate in the community there, because it's just a different vibe. It's a different way that the tools happen, and the interaction is different. It's way more inclusive. I want to use that word. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's way more inclusive as far as like welcoming people to participate and join the community stuff. So I hope you will. Just search me out, and you can on X search my name and look me up. It's the same picture on the profile picture as on this account. So you should be able to find me that way, and check out my pinned post and open that up. That's pinned on my profile. Open that up and check out all the stuff the events that are going on tomorrow. I'm going to be at all of them, hanging out. I'm going to be doing other things in the background, so I may not be super active, but I'm going to be there. And anytime anyone has any questions or want to say hi or whatever, jump in and join the conversation. You're going to meet lots of cool people tomorrow. So if you're looking to try X and you're like, I don't know what to do over there, do this, and you're going to see how awesome it is and how many really cool people are there. And it doesn't have to be a political hellscape that everyone thinks it is. It really doesn't. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be a lot of fun. And with that, I'm going to say have a great day. Enjoy your afternoon, rest of your morning, wherever you are in the world. And I hope to see you in the next live. I should be going live on Sunday next time. Check my profile. Make sure you're following me there. And there should be a way to get notifications for any of my live streams. I also have a live subscriber community, which anyone is welcome to join. And that is, we're going deep into setting up a TikTok shop and connecting that with print on demand. So if you ever thought of setting up your own TikTok shop, think about joining the community. I go live with different tasks, to-dos and stuff every week. And we kind of go through the building a TikTok shop. I'm doing it with you. So it's very much step-by-step. Any problems that come along the way, questions, etc., we're going to do it. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to solve these problems, and we're going to get you a TikTok shop with the goal of having everything set up, ready, tested, proved, awesome, set up, ready to go for the Christmas shopping season. So we have to get started now. And if you are interested in joining that kind of a community where you get motivated to put together your TikTok shop and understand all the rules, what you need to do it, and how to get it set up properly and the right way so you don't get screwed, right? This is going to be the community to join. So check that out if you're interested. And you can always find anything you need to know about me and my live content and what I'm doing on social media on my website, katebly.com. So check that out. Look for me everywhere. I should be able to be found. And have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you in the next live. Bye.